Jesse?
Welcome to the tower.
Okay. Come on, Clements. Kinda slow, man. Yeah, wait there. Yeah, I'll take that shit. Microfusion. The tin can. Take the microfusion. Take the microfusion. Dirty water. Sorry. You guys don't seem to mind. What the fuck? You're up here now? Or is that like a title? You're a different person. Bleach. Take your stuff, don't worry about it. A little heavy, a little heavy. Thought you were important. Leon.
I'm busy, Gentile. Go bother America or something.
Is you? Tell me about yourself.
Oh yes, let me tell you, a Gentile I met literally 5 seconds ago, my entire personal history.
Yeah.
If you want a lecture, talk to Weaver. I have work to do.
What are you doing?
That is none of your business.
Okay. Man, I can kill you right now. I'll do it. Okay, definitely a title.
Greetings, my lady. It is my honor to present to you the stranger who found the rare Mormon psalmody.
You guys are fucking
Please,
nerds.
take a seat with us.
Alright. Oh. Wow. Okay.
Dear Lord, thank you for another day, and thank you for those gathered at this table, that thy blessings continue to bring us courage, prosperity, and strength. Welcome, stranger, to the tower, and more importantly, to our round table. As its name suggests, it has no head, for all who sit here have equal voice.
For I view all men equal under the Lord, and that a man is most honest among his peers. With that said, I'm Damina Weaver, leader of the Crusaders.
You are familiar with Castellan Clements already. So, ladies, if you would be so kind as to introduce yourselves.
I'm Charlene Young, Seneschal and head of
Hey!
the Soldiers.
What the
The
fuck?
Greek word is Sophia, Greek for knowledge. One could say we're akin to doctors or scholars. We research into all known biomedical sciences, including genetics and old world pharmaceuticals. Perhaps most paramount is that we're all female.
Here we go.
Brigham Young taught that women should stand behind the counter, study law or medicine, for the benefit of society. I am paraphrasing, of course.
Put some extra salt in that crock of shit before you try to serve it, Charlene. It might go down a little easier.
Must you really, Molly? Have you no respect for the sanctity of this table or our ways? I apologize.
Equal voice, remember, Charlene? I really wish you would stop trying to force your bullshit codes on the younger girls and tout it like it's gospel.
As a matter of fact, Molly, it might be regarded as gospel.
You really believe that stupid shit? Jesus. Elijah must have fucked with your brains more than I thought.
How dare you?
Enough!
I apologize for our sudden derailment. We will address this later, both of you. Now then, this is Molly, our chief mechanic and tech wizard. Now, if you will, please tell us how you came into possession of such a rare artifact.
I went library, pick book up, come here. Found the library, good thing. Books like bug repellents for dumbass scabs. Found it at Portland State Library. The place was a mess, but the book was in good shape. I like this one.
So this relic managed to survive the apocalypse in a public library? If anything, attests to it being a sacred text, that sure does. May I have it?
What do I get out of this little King Arthur circle jerk if I give it to you?
Well, how about access to the tower and our resources? That seems a fair trade.
Sorry, Queen of Diamonds or whatever, I'm not interested. Alright.
Thank you. You have no idea how precious this is to us, to our cause. Another torch with which to bring the world out of the darkness. Now then, because of your deed, I grant you full access to the tower and membership in our order. Before the ceremony, do you have any questions?
I heard you were at the Battle of Helios. One of the Brotherhoods. It's a Blackthorn. What is your plan? I'll return to the Brotherhood.
This is true. I was there on that godforsaken day. Wraiths of the battle still haunt me. Cannons. Death screams. The stink of death. All of it. I nearly died there, entombed in broken power armor. Rivulets of my blood ran from the joints onto the parched earth. My pride was as broken as my body. But death did not come. As the crows circled above and the sun threatened, I managed to get free and crawl on my belly to a safe patch of grass. Tended my wounds, watching the NCR rejoice. I should have died given the amount of blood loss, but it seems God had other plans. I found a duffel bag under a Joshua tree, containing medical supplies and some clean water. I hid there the whole day convalescing. At dusk, I jammed a Med-X in my leg and tossed my holotags in with a pile of others. I was too ashamed to return to the Brotherhood, so I left the Mojave for a new beginning elsewhere. Eventually, I bought a set of T-45 from a merchant. It didn't seem right for him to have it. And found New Canaan. It was there I was chosen by Heaven. Crowned by God to become his judge. The protector of his people on Earth. You could say I've become a paladin now in the truest sense.
You really think you can get to Blackthorn? What is your plan?
I do. Looks are deceiving. The NCR is a poorly trained ragtag lot whose only true strength is number. Besides, I have God on my side. He blesses us. On our journey to the frontier, we came across an untouched military armory in Idaho. It had been stocked with prototype equipment, water, and MREs. All of our current equipment is from there. Chance? Luck? Neither. The provisions were given as a sign from the Lord. He wants us to save his creation. I saw him order the execution of his wounded men. What kind of man does that? The Lord says, "Vengeance is mine, I shall repay." I'm his sword, swift and dauntless. Blackthorn will answer for his crimes against humanity. His crimes against the Brotherhood. Against those innocent fallen soldiers.
Yeah, why not return? You already told me.
For what purpose? To become a relic hunter? To worship idols of the old world? They believe they're the only ones with a right to it. How misguided. We are all God's children, and thus our duty is to provide basic human rights to everyone. A right to freedom, a right to life, a right to serenity. My mission now is to restore those rights, to rebuild the grand old world cities. It can be done. Shady Sands, New Canaan. It just requires the will. Very well. We will begin the Adoubement. Step this way, please. Right in front of me.
A nightmare? Know what that means?
Praise be to the Lord my rock, who trains my hands for war, my fingers for battle. By his name, do I ask of you this solemn vow. To strive for justice, to banish all evil from our land, and to vanquish all tyranny attempting to ensnare our world. This is my cause. What say you?
I swear.
Very well. By the powers vested in me by the Lord, I grant you the station of man-at-arms and entrance into our sacred order. Accept these gifts. As promised, you now have full access to the tower. The pass card will disable the force fields so you may come and go as you please. As a new member, I present you with these garments and a sidearm. Your food rations can be collected from the trunk in the R&D floor cafeteria. My last request is that, as a member of our order, you help the others around here in their time of need. With that said, this meeting is over.
Okay. Divine Warrior perk. Joining the Crusaders has increased your damage against those that wish to harm their fellow humans. You now do 10% more damage against evil characters. Cool. Welcome to the Crusaders. You've established a reputation with the Crusaders. As your reputation increases, members will become more comfortable with you and might open up a little bit. Okay, so like that jackass from before. Trust you with vital quests and give you better equipment. Okay. I am heavy. Energy weapons up. Wow. But I guess this instead. Hey, wait.
Hello again. How may I be of assistance to you?
Something strange at medical lab and robotics. Here's brain damage and brain surgery. Something happened to you? I met a man named... yeah, there we go. Well, let's talk about this.
I wasn't always this dour. Once, I was a brilliant, vivacious young scribe. Not as fervid as Molly, mind you. Father Elijah changed all that. After the Battle of Helios 1, I was wounded by a rad scorpion as we fled towards our new bunker. I began to bleed out, but then Elijah found me. I'd always looked upon him like a grandfather. He seemed particularly taken with me and another girl, Veronica. He stopped the venom and my bleeding. As he carried me away, I believed the darkest moment in my life had passed. How naive I was then. While he repaired my body, Elijah had other designs for my brain. Specifically for my pineal gland. The dark truth of his fondness revealed itself. Apparently, he'd taken a fondness to me because of my gift, and wanted to enhance it cybernetically. The surgery was horrific without anesthesia. I don't know how many days had passed, only that it was several surgeries later. He grew frustrated with the process and stitched me up mid-operation. He raved about not having the proper tech, but that he knew where to find it. Elijah abandoned me. I awoke in a shack on the outskirts of Freeside. I never heard from him again. The last round of surgery damaged me. My amygdala, specifically. In short, I have trouble processing emotions, particularly happiness and anger. I've worked with the Domina and Clements to restore them, but it's like trying to regrow an arm. You eventually learn to adapt. Perhaps one day God will answer that prayer.
What is your gift?
As a teen, I discovered I could, know things via nasty shocks of electricity. I owe my impulsivity to fix an old terminal for the Revelation. Tasha believes the ability is a gift from God, something about biblical prophets having similar powers. Me? I have a more mundane explanation. Pretty sure, being a scribe, my mother was exposed to some FEV residue, or heavy radiation, from old pieces of tech, before she knew she was pregnant. A lot of babies in my bunker had birth defects around the time I was born. So, put 2 and 2 together.
You're like a psychic?
It's more like visions of what another person around me is feeling. It works both ways. With enough concentration, I can make another feel a certain way.
I see.
You can imagine why Elijah wanted to save me. What a mass-scale weaponized version of my power would do to the NCR morale. Nightmarish, indeed.
Something seems strange about the medical lab and the robotics technology building.
This advanced medical research lab was abandoned prior to the war. Odd enough for a robotics company to be involved in such an undertaking. But this is only a soup con of the strangeness. It seems that someone tried to ransack the place, but settled for smashing all the terminals and burned them, along with all the research logs in the central room. Someone didn't want whatever was going on up here to be noticed or discovered. Perhaps a revelation they felt impeded upon the works of God. Perhaps something as terrible as learning to split the atom. My mind churns with the possibilities. For the more my Sophers investigate, the more secrets this seemingly innocuous building harbors. We're attempting to piece together the purpose of research done here, but all that's left is evidence of cryogenic experiments on canines, some of which are still frozen in stasis pods.
Ooh,
Feel free to look around, but do be careful in the main laboratory.
Give me dog.
A power surge caused the robotic dissection suites to reactivate, and we currently can't find the means to shut them down.
Alright, yeah, Elian.
Elian?
Thank you. But please, don't press this any further.
But he clearly loves you enough to come all this way to the frontier searching for you.
Don't you understand? I am done with the Brotherhood. It's a painful past to stalk my nightmares. Nothing more.
I think he's done with the Brotherhood.
Look at that. You've pried apart a long-stitched wound so fiercely that you've overcome Elijah's maiming. Just tell Elian I'm dead. That it was just a fling. Just anything to close that chapter of his life. And my own. Take this. He'll know that it's mine.
Take Charlene with rheumatic fever. Maybe you should help him. Enough to you to save his life. Oh, medicine, I guess?
I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now.
I guess not.
Hello again. How may I be?
Nope. Alright. How about you, Molly? Hi.
Hey, newbie. What can I do for you?
Is this what Mormonism is like?
Ha! If that half-ass interpretation of Brigham Young wasn't enough of a clue, I'd call it the Brotherhood exegesis of Mormonism. Just a shallow imitation, getting more injections from the Codex with each passing year. If you want to meet real Mormons, you'll need to hike to Utah.
Charlene seems real proud of the female sofa thing. Not you, though.
That's
Hi.
goddamn Charlene for you. She takes this shit way too seriously. Equal means equal, or am I fucking stupid? Women don't need special jobs. Being a woman doesn't define me. Being the best fucking mechanic in the waste does. It might be a sin, but say the devil walked through those doors. If he challenged me to a fixing duel, he'd walk away crying, redder than a smacked ass for being dumb enough to fuck with old Molly in her workshop.
Appreciates you having listened to her. Cool. I gained some fame for that. Clearly she's Molly, but
That's
yeah.
me, Molly Callaghan, Chief Engineer and Technology Wizard. I oversee the repair of our power armor and other gear, along with inventing new tech. Now this goddamn Robco joint is a goldmine of technology. I would have killed to work here if I was an old worlder. This is my Library of Alexandra.
What do you think about the NCR?
I don't.
At all? You fix my gear?
I don't give a rat's ass if it's pre-war or made yesterday. If it's broke, I can...
Okay, give it here.